Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire and I am the Singing Sewist, and my channel is all about my two passions in life, singing and sewing. Today's very much a sewing video. It's that time of year. I'm filming this between Christmas and New Year in the Crimbo Limbo, and it's a time for looking back at 2025 and looking forward to 2026. 2025 not been a great year for me personally, but sewing wise I did get quite a lot done, so I thought it would be nice to just do a quick roundup of everything I've made. This is my second attempt at recording this because my microphone didn't work to start with. Fortunately, I noticed before I got too far into the year, so apologies if I've missed anything out this time around. I've said it all perfectly the first time, but anyway, here we go. I've not done much prep other than I do have my notebook here with everything written down that I've made. There are quite a few items, so I'm going to try and whiz through them fairly quickly because I don't want to keep you here all day. And where I have photos and videos, I will pop them in here, but I don't have pictures of some of the items because at the start of the year I wasn't regularly photographing or videoing my makes because I only actually started my YouTube channel at the end of June, so I've only been doing it for 6 months, and I did post quite a few things on Instagram but didn't regularly take pictures or videos, so apologies if there is no photographic evidence of some items, but we'll just crack on anyway. So the first thing I made at the start of January was a chalk and notch fringe dress for my daughter Sophie. I don't know if I've got any pictures of this. If I can find any, I'll pop it in here. And the fabric I used for that is the Fabric Godmother Astra Viscose Jacquard fabric, which Sophie absolutely loves and she wears it lots. Next up, I made some Closet Core Carolyn pyjamas for myself, and they were in a brushed cotton fabric that I bought from Exeter Fabric Centre, which was kind of a cream base with sort of like burgundy checks on it, I think. I don't wear them very often. I don't think I got the sizing quite right on the top, so I made it too long, I think, so it doesn't sit properly on me. So I don't tend to pull them out very much, and there are no photos of it, so I can't show you. But yes, I made some pyjamas. Next up was the Style Arc Bell dress, which is not a pattern I ever thought I would make or like, but I'd seen so many other people make them and really liked how they looked on them, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I absolutely love it and wear it quite a lot, and I'll pop a picture in here of me in it. I think partly it's the fabric I've used, which was black and turquoise viscose twill, I think, fabric from Exeter Fabric Centre. And it was one of those ones that I just spotted when I was in the shop and bought it on a whim and made it up fairly quickly and absolutely loved the result. Next up, I had a little bit of that fabric left over, which I used to make a Friday Pattern Company square neck top, which I think I got as a free pattern with another pattern I bought. I didn't really like how it looked on me. I don't think I particularly enjoy a square neckline on me. I prefer a V-neck or a round neck. And yeah, I didn't like the sizing. It was a little bit snug, so I've never worn that. I think I've got rid of it now, and there is definitely no photographic evidence of it. So yeah, not a great success, that one. I might try it again in a different fabric. I'll see how I feel. Next up, I will pop a picture in here. It's the first of my mashup tops, which is the body and sleeves of the Somerset top by Maven Patterns and the neckline of the Nina Lee Southbank. And I really like how that looks on me and how that fits. I made the first one in a knit fabric from Exeter Fabric Centre. I'll pop a picture in here, which was another one that I just saw in the shop. Didn't know what I was going to make with it, but bought myself a couple of meters, and yeah, this is what came to mind, and I really love it and wear it lots. And there have been several more versions of this pattern mashup, which you will see coming up soon. The last thing I made in January was the Simplicity S8910. Was a denim dress, which had buttons down the front and a tie belt. I made the size that was correct for my body measurements, and I even graded out the hips to try and give me a bit of, because it was quite a fitted silhouette. I made it in a kind of a cotton chambray fabric, and I don't know, it was just way too small around the hips. I don't know what I did, or whether it was just the style just didn't work for me. But yeah, that's also never seen the light of day, and I think has also now gone to the charity shop, because yeah, it was just never going to fit me, which is a real shame, because I love the style of the dress, but just not for me. So that was the end of January. Moving on then to February, the first thing I made was a Closet Core t-shirt, which again is a free pattern from Closet Core. I made that in Art Gallery jersey, which I bought a long time ago from Sewist when that was still up and running, and it had been sat there for a little while. I'd seen Shona, who ran Sewist. I'd seen her wearing a t-shirt in this fabric, absolutely loved it, and bought myself some of it, and then just couldn't decide which t-shirt to make. So I just bit the bullet and made a Closet Core t-shirt, and I've also made Somerset top by Maven Patterns, which was my next make, in the same fabric. So I love it when I can get 2 t-shirts out of 2 meters of fabric, because if you're careful with your like sleeve placement and things, you can just about squeeze 2 t-shirts out of it. So that was great. I used some on the core t-shirt. I used pink ribbing for the neckband, which really looks great with the pink flowers in the fabric. And yeah, both of those are big success, and I wear them fairly regularly. Again, if I have pictures, they will be appearing here. Next up was my first bestie bag. There have been a few since, but this was the first one I made, which I made from some green cord fabric that I had left over from a dress I'd made for Sophie. And the lining was a remnant of some cotton sateen with Cafe facet design that I had from Rainbow Fabrics, which I'd used the previous Christmas to make pyjama bottoms for Sophie. So yeah, that was my first bestie bag. Next up, I made a Monroe turtleneck by Tessuti. I made this from a black tencel jersey from Rainbow Fabrics, and I do wear that quite often. It's great for a layering piece because the sleeves are fairly tight. There's a snug fit, but that's good for wearing underneath other garments, I find. So yeah, I do wear that one a fair bit. Next up was the last one I made in February. So I didn't do a lot of sewing in February, but I did make a sew over it Hetty dress, which I do have pictures of this one. I know, I'll pop it in here. I made that from a Sister Mintaka viscose jacquard fabric, and I wore that for Plymouth Frocktails last March. That was my Frocktails dress. I haven't actually worn it since, which I need to get it out and wear it again, because I love the dress and the fabric's amazing. But I think I kind of think of it as a special occasion dress in rather than a just everyday dress. So I think come this spring/summer I'm going to start wearing it for work, because why not? So that was everything in February. So just the 5 things in February. March started off with a Friday Pattern Company patina blouse, which I made from a Fabric Godmother cotton lawn fabric, and this was my entry for Sew Yellow for Endo, run by Sew What If I Sew Jess over on Instagram, and I figured that there was enough yellow in the fabric to qualify. So because I can't really wear yellow as such, but pink with a little bit of yellow is all right. And the fabric is a cotton lawn by Fabric Godmother. And I also wore this to the Stitch Festival in March. Then last thing I made in March, so not a lot of sewing in March. I think I was fairly busy with events and things. It was only the 2 items. End of March, I made the Erin Twistback Tee by Tiana's Closet. And I had some pale blue cotton jersey in my stash, which I used for it. And this was for the Sew Frugal challenge on Instagram. This is not a t-shirt I'm going to wear. I really didn't like how it looked on me. I enjoyed trying it out and entering the challenge. But yeah, it's not a pattern that suits me. So that went straight in the charity shop pile, I'm afraid. I do have some pictures I will show you, but it's not a great look. On to April now. And the first thing I made was some Tilly and the Buttons Thea trousers in a stretch denim that I bought from Stitch Fabrics at the Stitch Festival. And I wear these all the time. In fact, I am wearing them now. These are my go-to jeans that I wear all the time. Big success. I need to make some more. I need some more of this really nice soft stretch denim. So maybe getting onto Stitch Fabrics again and buying some more of it, because they're such a comfortable pair of jeans. Next up was my first, no, there wasn't my first pair of Pietra pants. It was the first pair I made in a smaller size, because the first pair I made are fine, but they're really quite loose on me. So I sized down for this pair, and they're in a green viscose linen, which I bought from Minerva. And I do have pictures of this, so I'll pop them in here. And I wear those a lot in the summer. They're one of my go-to pairs of trousers for work, because they're just so comfortable, and the viscose linen is really light and breathable and comfortable to wear. Next up, I made another chalk and notch fringe dress for Sophie, which I made in some rune design viscose twill, again from Fabric Godmother, and this was also a purchase from the Stitch Festival. I'm not sure if I've got any photos of this. If I've got any, I'll pop them in, but yeah, it's a similar dress to the one we started off with. I do like the fringe dress. I like the shaping of it, and it suits Sophie well, and it suits me quite well. So yeah, do like making that one. Next up, I did a bit of an experiment inspired by Sam at Sequin Girly, because she was going through her blouse extravaganza. I can't remember what she called it now, but she was making lots of different blouses in April. And this was my entry for Sew April Blouse, another Instagram challenge. And I made the Friday Pattern Company patina blouse again, but this time I left off the collar. So I just had a V-neck with no collar, and I made lantern sleeves, which I used the Remy, is it the Remy lantern top? Lantern sleeve top? I can't remember, but it's a pattern with lantern sleeves that I kind of smushed onto the patina. And the fabric is Fabric Godmother Viscose Crepe, the Lolita pattern. And I'm used the buttons that came in the Jazz and Wild, Jazz in Bloom Spring mystery box. And that was my entry for Sew April blouse. Next up was a Fibre Mood Norma blouse, which was a second entry for Sew April blouse, and I made this in a white broderie anglaise fabric from Exeter Fabric Centre, and I have worn this a couple of times. I do enjoy wearing it. Although it's got loads of holes in it, it's not actually that see-through, so I can get away with just good underwear, not needing slip or anything underneath. But yeah, so I do wear it for work. Next up, so that was all of April then. Moving on to May. First thing I made was a Fabric Godmother Aspen dress for myself, which I made from fairly lightweight denim from Hobbycraft, and I'll put pictures in here. I did find, I think if I make it out of a denim again, I might reduce the size of the skirt to reduce the amount of gathering and the volume of the gathering, because it does stand out proud quite a bit. So I had to press it really well to try and press the gathering down flat. But I do wear it, and I will continue to wear it. It's quite a comfortable dress to wear. And in the spring particularly, I think it's a nice flowy dress. I then made my first and only so far Tilly and the Buttons Samara top. This one is in a John Loudon viscose satin, which I bought from Exeter Fabric Centre. I bought 2 lots of this. This was the blue colourway of it. You'll see a bit later on there's a black colourway that I also made a top out of. But yeah, this is I wore for a wedding that we were singing at, and the dress code was bright and colourful, so I think I fitted the brief because I wore it with one of my next makes, which was another pair of Closet Core Pietra trousers in a pink linen viscose from Fabric Godmother, very bright pink, with the flowery Samara top. Was very bright and colourful, and I loved it. I also made I made a Tilly and the Buttons Nell dress for Sophie, which is in the Crafty Pie Rainbow Gingham fabric, which I actually bought in Hobbycraft a little while ago, planning to make a dress for Sophie out of it. I wasn't sure which one to make, and then I just figured the Nell would look good with it. I did the poof sleeves with the kind of shorter lining to make them properly poof up. So yeah, that was the I made that for her so she could wear it at Pride. So that was because it's a rainbow gingham. And then the next top I made was another Fibre Mood Georgie top, and this is in the black colourway of the John Loudon viscose satin from Exeter Fabric Centre. Love this top, love making the Georgie top, wear them all the time for work in the summer. They're so comfortable and easy breezy. I just love them. Next up, I made a Liesl & Co Sintra top, another one of my go-to tops. It's the halter neck sleeveless top, and this was from the fabric I had left over of the black colourway of the satin fabric. If I've only ever got a little bit left over from making something else, I quite often make a Sintra top by Liesl & Co. Last thing in May was the Itch to Stitch Nazari hoodie, which I made in white fleeceback sweatshirting from Minerva. There are no pictures of this because I thought the idea of a white zip-up hoodie would be great, but practically it's not. And I don't actually like how it looks on me that much, so it's kind of, I still have it. It's tucked at the back of my wardrobe, and I might pull it out in the summer, but I don't wear it nearly as much as I thought I was going to. But that's the end of May. So then in June, I made some more pyjamas. I made the peppermint loungewear set from red and pink floral linen viscose mix fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. I think I have pictures. Hopefully I'll pop some in. I do like the peppermint loungewear pyjamas. I like the way the trouser waistband is constructed. It stops the elastic from swizzling around. So yeah, I do make those quite often. Next up, I made a Tammy handmade Naya t-shirt in a blue Tilly and the Buttons jersey, cotton jersey fabric, which I also bought from Hobbycraft. Quite a simple top, wear it quite a lot. Yeah, just a useful t-shirt. Then I made an Atelier Jupe Hannah blouse, and this was another Instagram challenge entry. This was the entry for So Fruity, because the fabric I used is the it's a Fabric Godmother linen cotton mix, and it's covered in fruits, all different sorts, but all in sort of pinks and creams. So yeah, that was my So Fruity entry. Then I made another Naya t-shirt. I don't think I have any pictures of this one, but it's just a plain white stretch viscose that I had a little bit left over in my stash. And yeah, it's been such a useful top for work. I wear it a lot. I might need to make some more just plain white tops that I wear for work. Next up was a bit of a fun one. So at the end of June, we had our Mad Hatters Tea Party with choir, raising money for Children's Hospice Southwest. And I was the Cheshire Cat, so I made myself another Liesl & Co. Sintra dress this time. It's the first time I'd made the dress version rather than the top. And I made it in a bright pink viscose that I bought from Pound Fabrics, and I hand painted on purple stripes for the Cheshire Cat. I did also make a little outfit for Gus Honeybun, who some of you who are local may know, most of you probably won't. So that was the end of June, and now we're into July, and from here on in I should have pictures or videos of everything because I was recording them for my makes videos. So the first up was some trousers for Sophie in Fabric Godmother Le Weekend linen viscose, and I made the Tamarama trousers by Swimstyle Patterns. And she really liked those trousers and has worn them quite a bit. They're good for her for work, and in the summer it's really nice to have linen trousers to waft around in. I then made another bestie bag from some yellow denim, which was left over, I think, from Tilly and the Buttons, is it Chloe pinafore dress I'd made Sophie a little while ago. Yeah, so, or Chloe, whatever the pinafore dress is called. I'd made Sophie one of those and had some denim left over, so I made myself a bestie bag for the summer, a lightweight one. I then made Sophie some trousers, which were the Rowan trousers by Emporia Patterns, in a chocolate brown denim by Fabric Godmother, which were a complete disaster. So I'll pop a picture of them, a flat lay of them. They just didn't fit. I don't know what I did. I made them simultaneously too tight and too loose. And yeah, just a bit of a disaster, really. So the fabric did not go to waste, because you'll see later on in October I turned them into a bag. But yeah, in July I made the trousers. I then made myself a three-piece set, because another challenge on Instagram was sew together for summer, and this year's theme was cords. So I made myself the Tamarama trousers and shirt short sleeve shirt in it's called Glamour's Jungle Italian Viscose Crepe by Stitch Fabrics. It's basically like a jungle print fabric. So I made the top and the trousers, and then to wear underneath the top I made myself a little Ogden cami by True Bias as well, all from the same fabric. It's a little bit much to wear it all at the same time, but you know, if I have a garden party or something to go to, I might wear all of them together, but otherwise I'll probably just wear them separately, like the shirt or the cami with jeans or shorts or something. But yeah, that was my co-ord challenge. I then made some pajamas for Sophie, again peppermint loungewear pattern. So the first one was a sort of browny purpley jungle print, again viscose from Rainbow Fabrics, and then I also made another pair in a pink and red cotton, which I also bought from Rainbow Fabrics. Both those fabrics were bought on a bit of a whim, and I thought they'd make good pajamas for Sophie, and they did, and she wears them. Next up, I think probably, I know, there are a couple more things. So I made another Style Arc bell dress. This was in a pink and red viscose crepe from Rainbow Fabrics. I do like this one and I do wear it, but I don't like it as much as the first one I made. And I'm not sure why. I think it's just the fabric choice. I think the black colourway of the fabric just suits the dress and the style better than the pink and red. I don't know why. It just seems to work better. So I then also made another pair of pajamas for myself, again peppermint loungewear set. This is in a linen viscose mix from Rainbow Fabrics in a cream and green colourway. It's like a green paisley print on a cream background. I wear those a lot. And that's the end of July. So we're now into August, so we're over halfway through the year, folks. Let's keep going, rattle on through to the end. Right, where did we get to? Another bestie bag started off August, and this one was in green denim. Yes, I made a bestie bag in bright green denim from Rainbow Fabrics, which was a present for my friend Sam. So she now has that one. And I also made with it NCW Necessary Clutch Wallet by Emmeline Bags in a shiny green vegan faux leather from Fabric Godmother. And I think I've probably got a picture of the two of them together, but yes, that was present for Sam. I also made myself a bestie bag in a pink denim from Rainbow Fabrics, and I use that all the time. I love my pink bestie bag. Next up was the Eve dress by Sew Over It. This was my birthday dress because we headed up to, Sophie and I went to London for my birthday for the weekend, and I wanted a dress to wear for going out to the theatre. And it was in rainbow bubbles. I don't know what it's called, but it's a Minerva exclusive fabric in like rainbow bubbles. And I had the cotton sateen version of this fabric a little while back and made a top out of it, a Liesl & Co Sintra top, which I absolutely loved. And this fabric was from Angela at Devon Threadtails de-stash. She was de-stashing it, and it's the viscose version, and as soon as I saw it I snapped it up because I had wanted some of the viscose and just hadn't got around to getting it. So this was ideal. And I made the Sew Over It Eve dress, which is the second time I've made the Eve dress, and I shortened the bodice this time, and it did fit me a lot better. I think I could probably still take it up a little bit more, but yeah, it definitely fit me much better this time. I also made some pants for Sophie. I think I've got a picture of them laid out on the bed. And this was the Tammy handmade Lila or Lila pattern. And I had some various cotton jerseys left over in my stash that I made up for her. Then I made myself the Nina Lee Cubello jumpsuit, which I'd had the pattern for quite a while and had wanted to make it. And I had some sort of cream fabric with a paisley pattern on, which I'd bought from Simple Life Fabrics a little while ago. And I do like how they came out. I'm not sure how often I'm going to wear it though. It's a TBC, that one. I think when the summer comes around again, I will try it out. But it's not my favourite pattern, I don't think. So it may not get pulled out the wardrobe very often. I then made a chalk and notch fringe dress for myself in a black viscose fabric with a sort of a white flowery pattern on it, which I bought from Hobbycraft. It was a very inexpensive fabric, and I wanted another black dress for work, and yeah, that one, it just came out really nicely and I really like how it looks. So that's the end of August. Into September, I made another aspen dress for Sophie in a Fabric Godmother denim. I think it's the Tabitha design. It's like black with white sort of hand prints on it with eyes and things in it. I'll put a picture up here. And she was actually wearing that today. So yeah, she does still wear that one a lot. Really like the aspen pattern. I then did the Marilla Walker Belmanite dress, which I made in another of the fabrics I got from Angela's D-Stash. It was a sort of slightly stretch viscose with black with different coloured sort of leaf designs on it. Really liked how that came out. Have plans to make another Belmanite. Next up was a Simplicity 1323, which is a top I had made several years ago, and it was for the Sew Phoenix September challenge over on Instagram, where you took an item you'd made previously and remade it with your skills and knowledge that you have now. And this was from a sort of floral cotton jersey that I had from Exeter Fabric Centre. And yeah, I really like how that came out. I'm probably going to wear that quite a bit in the summer. Next up, I made a Pattern Emporium lyrical shirt, which was the first time making that pattern. Won't be the last because I really liked it. And this was in a black viscose crepe with leopard design, which I bought at Haberdashery Fabrics and More, but I think it's actually a Fabric Godmother fabric. A couple more things for September. I made a costume for the 80s ball that we went to, from several of us from the choir attended for Jeremiah's Journey in Plymouth, and we went as a group sort of costume, and our theme was Blackadder, so I went as Bob and I made the costume for that. It's a Simplicity pattern. It's actually a men's pattern, but it worked fine. Next up was another of the Somerset / South Bank mashup jumpers, a Somerset top by Maven Patterns with the South Bank by Nina Lee neckline. And this is in the blue and green fleeceback jersey with the sort of leaf pattern on, which I wear a lot. You'll have seen it in several videos. That fabric I bought at Make Fabric Boutique in Plymouth. I also then made another pair of Thea trousers by Tilly and the Buttons in green stretch denim, the same green that I made Sam's Bestie bag out of. And that's from Rainbow Fabrics, that denim. I made myself Andy top by Swimstyle Patterns in a sort of teal coloured double gauze that I bought from Exeter Fabric Centre. And that was the end of September. Into October now. First thing I made in October is the jumper I'm wearing, which is the Reef sweatshirt by Greenstyle Patterns. And this is the, it's a plum coloured soft sweatshirting from the Lamazi Fabrics. It's really soft on the inside and got a nice amount of drape to it. So it just is really snuggly and comfortable. I also made the Sorrento skirt by Style Arc and the Marilla Walker Nautilus top, both out of the sort of tealy blue coloured satin fabric from Exeter Fabric Centre that has like floral pattern on it, and that was my sophisticated challenge entry. I made the Tammy Handmade Faye blouse from the cotton viscose twill fabric from the Fabric Obsession, the Camellia design, which I slightly altered by washing it with some denim and making it slightly more blue than it's supposed to be, but it's fine. I still like how it looks. I also made the Traveller laptop bag by Merge Patterns, using the denim from the Disastrous Rowan trousers, and also a pair of Burnside bibs that I'd made in an orange crepe fabric many years ago for Sophie, and that was my Sew Upcycle challenge entry. I then made a Simplicity ruched top in a green viscose jersey fabric that I also bought in Haberdashery Fabrics and More, and it's the Simplicity S9451 top. Pictures in here. Then I went on and made, sorry, we're into November now. That was the first make of November. I also made another Fabric Godmother Aspen dress in the embroidered denim from Rainbow Fabrics, and that one was for Sophie. I made another South Bank / Somerset mashup jumper in the same soft sweatshirting as I'd made the first one, but this time in the red and lilac colourway. And this fabric I bought from Little Legs Fabrics. And then same again, same pattern, but in a teal and cream floral soft sweatshirting, which I bought from Merry Maid Fabrics. I also made another Simplicity S9451, which is what I'm wearing underneath my Reef sweatshirt. And this is an Italian jersey from Roy's Material World, which I bought at the craft fair at West Point in Exeter. And it's, like I said, it's the Simplicity S9451. Again, this one I think was more successful than the green one because of the thickness of the fabric. The ruching works better, I think. I think you need a bit more structure in the fabric than the viscose jersey I used for the first one. I then made a Tilly and the Buttons Noah pinafore dress in the Inkberry cord fabric from the Fabric Obsession. Jury's still out on that one. I think I like it, but I think I might need to lose a little bit of weight for it to sit properly on me. So watch this space on that one. Hopefully next year it will fit me better. I also made some Christmas mice ornaments for Sophie with a pattern from Pin Cut Sew and various fat quarters that I'd bought from Hobbycraft, and she has those hung on her tree at home at the moment. And then at the rounding off November, I made a Vogue V1752 coat, my gorgeous red coat, which I made in coating fabric from Minerva, and the lining is cotton sateen, which I think I bought from Rainbow Fabrics a couple of years ago. And yeah, I've been loving wearing that coat. I do look a little bit like Mother Christmas, but I don't mind. I love wearing it. So then that takes us into December. So what have I made in December? I have made more pyjamas. I made a lot of pyjamas in December. I've made some peppermint loungewear trousers with closet core t-shirts in a plain black viscose jersey fabric. The trouser fabric was from Rainbow Fabrics, and I made 4 pairs of those. One for me, one for Sophie, one for Sophie's friend Emily, and one for Emily's mum Julie. So yes, I've got pictures of me, and I've got a picture of me and Sophie in them, which I'll pop in here. But yeah, I made lots of those. I also made a whole set of peppermint loungewear pyjamas in the same trouser fabric, but I made a matching top this time, and that was a Christmas present for Sam. Then what did I do next? I made my Christmas jumper with the kit from the Fabric Obsession in a gorgeous pink sweatshirting with an iron-on vinyl. That was, I made a Billy sweater by Tilly and the Buttons for that. I made my husband some pyjama bottoms. I used the Carolyn PJ bottoms, but altered to lengthen the crotch depth and also lengthen the leg length on those. I used some blue check brush cotton from Exeter Fabric Centre. Don't have any pictures of those because he will not want me taking pictures of him to put on the internet. For Sophie's Christmas present, I made her a book sleeve with a pattern by Pin Cut Sew in a book print fabric, and I also made her some bowl cozies with the fat quarters I bought from Bunyip, so that when she has soup or ice cream, either hot or cold, she can pop her bowl in the bowl cozy and protect her hands. And then I've made myself a jumper, McCall's M8144 in the red fluffy fabric that I bought from Exeter Fabric Centre. Pop a picture of that in here. And then the final make of December is I've made my red velvet trousers. I made the closet core Pietra trousers from the red velvet, which I wore on Christmas Day, and I'll pop a picture in of me wearing them. I think I need to stabilize the waistband slightly because it's a very stretchy velvet and they're very loose on me. And whilst they were fine Christmas Day, they didn't fall down at all. I am slightly nervous that if I step on them, they will just fall off. So I think I need to stop the waistband stretching by sewing some ribbon on the inside or something, just to keep them where they're supposed to be. But otherwise, I really love them. They're really comfy to wear, and they look really luxurious because they're in velvet. So that is everything I have made in 2025. Hopefully this editing is going to be a nightmare because I'm going to have to pop loads of pictures in and there's some bits I need to cut out. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get this up for you. I'm hoping it will come out on Sunday, but we'll see how it goes. But yes, thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying with me while I've waffled on for goodness knows how long, talking through all my makes of the year. I don't particularly have any plans as such for next year at the moment, but I will have a think about what I want to do. I might put together a make 9 and show you that at the beginning of January when I've had a think about what I really need, what I'd really like to make, any big projects I'd like to tackle. We'll have a think about that. Has anybody else got a make 9? Do you know what a make 9 is? Any suggestions gratefully welcomed. So that's it from me for today, and I will speak to you again soon in the new year. Until then, Happy New Year everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.